This is Dr. Jeff from Newman Chiropractic, and we're just going to go over 3 tips how to help your back pain at home. Okay, so nowadays everyone, for the most part, has back pain. 80% of the population, to be exact, and a lot of us have it at a chronic nature. All right, so it happens frequently. It flares up at times, and then we have periods where it feels a little better, and then it will rear its ugly head again. So what we want to do is teach our patients and teach you guys how to improve the health of your lower back at home. All right, so one of the big keys, right, the number one thing that we can do is move more than we rest, right? So throughout a normal everyday activities, we should be moving more than we're resting. And sitting at work is considered resting. It's a stationary position, right? So we could say, instead we could say, be less sedentary than more sedentary, right? So if we are upright, walking around like humans were designed to do, then there is some subtle motion taking place in the lower back spine, and you're going to find that all these things that I talk about are keeping the lower back a little more mobile and in a healthy position, right? So you walking around, you standing, you see a lot of these standing desks these days. Getting you upright, walking around, moving more is one of the best things that you can do to improve your health. All right, another one that you can do, number 2, is having a lumbar support behind your back. All right, so a lumbar support behind your back is typically given to patients if they have severe back pain, chronic back pain, and back issues. But it is smart to have a support of sorts, and I'll give you a tip in a second as to what you can use, but have a support of sorts to help keep the back in this curved spine position. This is ideal spine position right here with a nice curve in the back. Now most of us, when we sit, we slouch. So our back flattens. Now that flattening right there will cause undue stress to the lower back spinal musculature and can lead to issues down the road. So I just find it to be helpful to, whenever you have a towel or a pillow or even a sweatshirt around with you, to take that, stuff it in your back, stuff it in the lower back right here, and that will help keep that spine and remind you to be in those proper spine positions for long periods of time. Common areas to lose that position in the spine is laying in bed on your back, watching TV, lying on your couch watching TV. I mean, if you get on the floor, will give you that curve there because you're on something firm. But even if you're on the couch or in bed, I recommend getting a support of some sorts. Just a towel or a sweatshirt, stuff it behind your back to support you. Cars these days have some additional lumbar support that they're building into the seats, but it can be even more drastic than that. You can add something along with that lumbar support. Anything that'll give you that little pressure down through here, because a lot of seats these days don't have it, and we end up slouching a little too much, okay? The third thing that you can do is implement some sort of at-home therapy or rehab for your lower back, and that's a simple stuff. So the simple things that you can do is choosing to sit on the floor in front of your couch and keeping those hamstrings or those legs longer rather than shorter, or getting an ice pack on your back at the end of the day. All right, so if you were to get an ice pack on your back at the end of a heavy day, say you go do the yard work, and then you get inside at the end of the day and you're relaxing, get some ice on there. That will help reduce some of that stress and reduce some of that inflammation. That's directed at that lower back, because you got to think, I mean, we are sitting and stationary for the majority of our lives now, and then we go outside and we do some yard work, and our body's just not prepared for it. So anytime that we have a surprise activity that the body is doing, we run the risk of having excess irritation in that area. So get some ice on the back, try to get on the floor and be on firmer surfaces than softer, and then even getting a foam roller or a massage ball or something like that and leave them under the couch or something, right? So you're there watching TV, this is what I do at the end of the day. I'll lay there and I'll reach under the couch and I got my massage ball or my stretch band, and I get my legs a little bit longer, all right? And those are going to help you out a ton, okay? If you like videos like this, make sure to subscribe below.